Welcome to Guysuco Roundup. I'm Angela Abraham Parks. As a traditional business entity, Guysuco is intent on remaining relevant while fulfilling core responsibilities. The drivers of initiatives engage in discussions and develop strategies as there is transparency in communication to meet demands. Do stay tuned for more Guysuco Roundup.
From the very land that gave sugar around the world the name Demerara comes the finest quality of cane sugar, Demerara Gold. Enjoy the real thing from the original source, the rich, fertile Demerara coastline where sugarcane has been harvested since the mid-17th century. The result is here for you to enjoy. Wherever this unique sugar flavor is needed, Demerara Gold is the ingredient that will always create a stir.
Welcome back. Georgiana Bowler joins us now to reflect on the lessons and approaches of the past.
Thank you, Angela. Hello, everyone. Agriculture research is a major influence on the direction of our business, and managers have become used to employing this method at critical phases of our growth. As the crop progresses into its 15th week of grinding, we return to equally challenging times of the not too distant past, where our male figures draw on experiences and refresh observations.
This industry cannot continue to sell raw sugar to Europe. The price you're getting, because of the changes with the European regime, where we are now selling sugar at world market prices to Europe, if we carry on like that, we'll go bust very, very soon. Sugar prices on the world market is about $250 a ton. We're producing sugar at well over $600 per ton. That's not a business. If Blairmont can up its production and sell direct consumption sugar, which is the Demerara Gold type sugar, they will definitely become profitable. There won't be a problem. iFlot is concentrated on bagged sugar for the local market. They do sell about 22 to 25,000 tons per year. We have been looking to improve on that because the price that we get out in the Guyana market is about $500 a ton. So why sell the sugar to Europe at $250? It's the same sugar, by the way. It's the same raw sugar we bag and we sell locally. Nothing different about it. But yet you're selling at $250 in one market and you can get $500 in Guyana. It doesn't make sense, does it? So the more we can push that through, but the clue to this as well is making Demerara Gold type sugar. You get a pretty good premium for that. Now, Albion, you've started to produce bagged sugar, right, for the local market, as from this first crop. I know the Borvis sales are not as huge as Demerara, but the plan is for Albion is to produce something called plantation white sugar. Now, plantation white is not refined sugar as we know it. You know the white sugar that you buy to make your cakes or whatever? It's not refined sugar as we know it. The refined sugar that comes in from Guyana comes in from outside of CARICOM. Within CARICOM itself, the entire CARICOM, I think there's about 180,000 tons of refined white sugar that comes in from outside of CARICOM. And there's no common external tariff applied to white sugar. Now, if we could produce plantation white, and Belize and Jamaica also has a plan to produce, in fact, Belize is already producing plantation white sugar, and we can satisfy the CARICOM market, we could actually get rid of that refined white sugar that's coming in here. But to do that, we'll have to get a common external tariff for the refined white sugar, which is coming in now. That's a 40% tax on any sugar coming in extra-regionally. Now that's with the that's a heads of government, CARICOM heads of government decision, and there's a lot of work going on in the background to get that common external tariff applied. So the plan is for Albion, and I've been looking at the numbers that have been coming in terms of investing, is to produce plantation white sugar, in addition to the bit of bagged sugar you will do for the local market.
And it's worth mentioning that we have brought out a new brand of sugar, which is the Berbice Gold. At this time, we only have the 2 kg packet, one size package. More importantly, this brand came out for the North American market. Okay. The specs on this brand is a little different than the Demerara Gold, okay, but it's the same range. Mm-hmm. We also had Enmore crystals, which was already in the international market, and Demerara crystals. Those were 2 brands that were not so locally. Mm-hmm. It's our intention also to put it on the local market. Mm-hmm. They each have their uniqueness in their packaging, their grain size, the color. Well, of course, our sugar has its own smell and taste in terms of distinctive because of the grain that our crystals are being made. We all know that Guysuco sugar is one that is in demand in many countries, and it's in all the supermarkets locally. Yes, as it is, our plans are, you know, we have cultural and heritage sugar tourism. That has started because Guysuco has its uniqueness in the history, the culture, and the activities that we carry out in our sugar production, our historical background. Sugar and molasses are I would say, the oldest product in history. Everybody knows. It was even here before us. So sugar and molasses is famous. They're famous products. And because of that, the interest is there. The way the sugar is being produced, the uniqueness, the traceability, the distinction of it, the distinctiveness of our product. It's raising awareness. Persons want to know how it's being produced, especially when our molasses is a commodity that is used in the preparation of rum, the production of rum. There's a lot of interest, and we have launched farm tours to promote our culture and heritage tourism. We have done 2 farm tours, one in Demerara, which is at Iflat, and the other was done at Albion. I would say they both were successes because we target different areas of our production. For the Demerara tour, we did mostly the field, and all the tour operators that we took on that tour had first-hand experience meeting with the cane harvester, looking at how the cane was being cut, how it's being packed on the ground, how it's moved into the ponds. And then in Baris, we did a different arrangement. We gave our operators or the visitors that we took the experience of traveling in the cane ponds itself, being pulled by oxen. And this is going to promote our tourism, the cultural and heritage sugar tourism. The package would have all the package that we're offering plus options. As we had said earlier, we can tailor package to suit what our visitors, our customer needs.
The corporation has observed the month of November regarding the roles of the male leaders in our employ who cultivate openness in the lines of communication to approach challenges, court frank discussions, and harness support for consistent improvements.
We hold us all to use the equipment we have to the best we could and to time our operations at the right time. In the sense, we do our tills under the best conditions. We do our fertilizing, which has been an issue, at the best time and the best way, and do our weed control. I think with those good management practices, we will do a lot better than where we are doing right now. So let's hope. So you want to pay attention to what is available in technology now to produce roads not only that will be better, but will require less maintenance. Because going ahead, we can anticipate that with climate change, we're going to have these conditions of erratic rainfall will occur. And we have to be able to, if you're going to change, you're going to do things better. We can't repeat the way we do things traditionally.
Albion is nowhere close to where it's supposed to be, and we need to work. We are working with people. We're finding not only the workforce, but also we have a lot of young, inexperienced who we are training and developing. And if we are giving the requisite resources, surely these figures must be improved. We also started to bag sugar at Albion. We bagged 503 tons for local sales. We expect to do close to 800 in the future, right, at any one crop. At an average, we need to do about 1,500 tons of sugar to bag for local supply within bodies and regional states. We need to improve our tillage fleet, implement to achieve more in less time. We need adequate Dundee, I think 3 allocated to Albion. We also need to look at the prime mover and the reliability. And we need to continue on conversion so we can do some of these operations semi-mechanically or mechanically fully through weed control, especially the no-flying zone. Here a big cultivation, there's a huge sum of no-flying zone. And you also need, you can do your fertilizing, your spray, boom spraying and other sort of things. That would help us. Planting, looking back at the past 5 years and in the first crop. One of the reasons we managed to achieve 595.8, we even went beyond the normal cutoff period, which is a very dangerous thing, right? Especially when you're having rains, but we try to push it as much as possible. We bring across 509.5 hectares from the second crop of 2017. But if you look at over the years, right? The year that we managed to push the planting, 2014, we see the result in 2015. And of course, 2015, you also had a drier second crop, which we maximized the production, everything else reflected on that.
Average attendance to the crop was 59 attendance, right? So, we, in this case, what we needed to do is operate the loaders more. However, we were restricted by the rains. The last 4 or 5 weeks, we had a lot of rain. Rainfall 107, 34, 57, 70, 55. All right? We only had 2 weeks that we could call dry here, 1 mm, 22.3 here. Right? And those weeks was when we did our tillage. We have at this point 105.7 hectares in progress. We moved from just being sugar producers to business. Right? And so what I said is very, very important. What is to look at, or the thing here that is of big importance is the bulk sugar. We produce a total of roughly 1,500 tons of bulk sugar. That should not be. Under those circumstances, with the kind of prices that we have, should we be producing bulk sugar when we have the packaging plant? All right? Bulk sugar is 12, right? The packaged sugar, you get 25 US cents per pound. So Blaymont needs to do a little more and we can at least break even, right? Attendance for the crop. We ended up with actually 56% attendance. All I showed here is 59, but I didn't put in the last 2 weeks. We had 24% attendance and 28. The last 2 weeks not necessarily, we ended up with 59. But by no means, right, we have on roll 978, and roughly every day, 577 only come to work. So this is telling you clearly that we need to operate the bell loaders. But the same estate, last second crop, where it was more dry, the harvesters came to work.
Over the past couple of years, approximately 5 years ago, we will have moved IFA in the direction where we have earmarked IFA to take the dimension of farmer and estate, holding together to produce 40,000 tons of sugar. At this point in time, we are still holding that by 2021, we should get close to 40,000 tons of sugar. What we have done from last year to this year, and intend to pursue vigorously, is to ensure that we work sugar at IFLA towards 80% by 2021, of 80% only to farmers, where we are at this point in time. We are just about 55% of the 60,005.9 hectares handed over to farmers, the leased land. Incidentally, because of the weather, the constraint highlighted from the bottom says here, it's no different than IFA. We have had our fair share of rainfall too. So right now what we have is just 1,050 hectares under cultivation of the 2,300 leased to farmers. But we have seen some great signs over the last couple of weeks where those fellows who are on board and willing to come on board too, their interest is growing. all the rains you would have had, and you look at the numbers, I was in the highest rainfall location across the north. But we still managed to do a little tillage and a little planting. We went beyond, the small estate went beyond the limit that was supposed to be done with tillage and replanting. We did over 150% of our tillage and replanting. Thanks to the good effort of the agriculture team, because they were focused. As a team, they were very focused with guidance, and they just went up. Structure is no different from what you would have wanted. But I tell you what, and that's why sometimes I have to have double sympathy for the agricultural manager in terms of what being said on the newscast with people. Because with 6 men, no skill whatsoever in the world, agricultural manager so 6 cane cutters, pooled together, provide their own means of equipment, are doing the bridge construction, the sluice, and other structure within the estate. 6 men. It was not an ordinary construction to go with. We had to bypass the waterway, coming feeding water to the factory. We had to full other network, drainage network, to make it accessible. But my agriculture manager stood tall to the challenge. With those men and his agriculture staff together, they did it. We started the process using, from day one, we would have started the process using the cane gantry. We finished nicely. And you know what would have been the benefit of that cane gantry? We finished in 7 and a couple of weeks and a couple of days. We achieved 4 weekly targets within days. More than that, we had the grinding hours, weekly grinding hours, averaging to 115 from 85 to 90, which we were enjoying. Farmers were on board with us at some point in time, 200, 210 cane yards, and funds were coming in a day that we could have pushing the grinding effect and keep pushing it along. That is commitment from our agriculture team. Hats off to them. We heard about sequence and timing of operation, but we just have to remember the little that we have to use it well. Because sequence and timing come with an amount of land that we have to treat as we go along, tillage, replanting, fertilizing, pre-emergent, and what have you. It will not be coming at the end of the crop and then I have so much. Every week is a productive week for us, and we have to understand that. I cannot allow the garden to keep down. There is the light at the end of the tunnel. We have to walk, and we will get through. Give us a chance. Thank you.
On this side of the program, we bring training and development under the spotlight. On the occasion of Medical Practitioners Week, we reflect on the opportunities presented to medical practitioners who participated in a program geared to sharpen skills and intervene in alcohol and substance abuse. Here are the highlights.
A program like this one falls within the kind of intervention that the corporation has decided that it must do to ensure that its employees who are now going on to other things, that they can move as smoothly as possible into those areas. And so this program, which might have been a bit overdue, because even our existing estates, we know, can benefit substantially from this. One of the social concerns in communities where Guysuco estates find themselves is the issue of substance abuse. So apart from the fact that we look forward and we have put together this program specifically at a time when the redundancy exercise has taken place, it does not particularly address this period only. We know that our other estates will also benefit substantially from the training that you receive as you continue to work and operate in them.
This program imbues non-specialized doctors with a confidence they did not previously have in this field of mental health. The strategic aims of this mental health learning module are to increase the general practitioner skills and confidence in the diagnosis and treatment of mental health conditions, using, of course, evidence-based strategies and tools, increase physicians' awareness of community health, mental health resources. It tends to increase physicians' ability to develop care plans, improve family physicians' collaboration with other psychologists, like our goodly Dr. Gonzalez, and mental health clinicians in the community, improve the patient experience, and promote the engagement of patients in the management of their mental health conditions within the constraints of a primary care practice or setting. Now, you looked at substance abuse. It was a substance abuse training. Addiction intervention services, they aim to help the family of an addict convince their loved one of the damage their addictive behavior is causing, and that outside help is necessary to address the addiction.
And as we come to the end of this segment, let's continue to commend and support the efforts of the men in our industry. Thank you for giving to the work of our business. That's news from around the Sugar Belt for this week.
As we come to the end of this week's program of Guysuco Roundup, we say thanks and commend the efforts of our men, especially in the communications department and our corporation as a whole. Continue to be great role models in the workplace, your families, Guyana, and around the world. Until next time, I'm Angela Abraham Parks. Goodbye.